Hello, this is Andre James of Green College Tour. Today I want to introduce you to ePrep and how it works for students like you who will be using it to prepare for either the ACT or SAT course. So let me give you a little cook's tour of what's available, and to give you an idea of how you use the system, the first thing you would do is you would simulate real conditions of taking a test. So for each section of the SAT or ACT, there is a downloadable test book, and you would use that materials to actually work the problems and solve the problems. Once you've finished solving those problems, you're going to go ahead and put those answers that you've come up with into your reporting session here. And by hitting the button at the end, which says Submit Answers, you're immediately going to get your score. And you'll see here answers that you've gotten right and wrong, and you'll have an opportunity to watch video clips from an expert tutor who will show you exactly how to solve a problem. So we've set this up for high schools, and so if we go to an entry portal, like for Ruben Ayala High School, you'll be given a password that will get you in, so you'll create your own account. And once you get into your own account, here's what it looks like. You'll have a homeroom, exam room, study hall, and wordsmith area for practicing vocabulary. So in the homeroom, we can see already you have 16 days to prepare. That's because you've already been programmed by a teacher to practice for the SAT exam happening on June 5th. And to give you an idea of what your calendar might look like, we'll take a look here at the schedule, and we'll view the course schedule, and we can see here for May, you're going to be having the critical reading tests in this week, then math the second week, and the writing test right before the exam on the 5th. So now you know your schedule. We can get started today, and we're going to give you an example here of the test that you'll be taking. So in the process of using this to improve, you'll take all the sections of practice test 6, and that's 3 for each category. And then you'll review the answers and the videos that go along with the problems missed. After that, you'll take practice test 7 and have a chance at the end to compare your scores on the 2 tests. So back here to the homeroom, we're going to look at some of the tools available. Here you can see you have a video detailed help log. Just by clicking on that log, you can find out instructions on each section of this ePrep program, how to use it, and how to be most effective at making it a tool you can use to improve. Well, let's get started. Let's go ahead right in and dig in and start practice test 6. We're going to take the math test number 1. And what we'll see here is a place where we're going to put all of our answers in at the end of taking the test. You go here to the test section, and we click on test section. Now, in some cases, your teacher will already have downloaded this. But as you notice here, here's a test section 6, section 1. It's for 25 minutes. There are 20 questions. You will print this out, and you get a chance to sit in a time test and take this test section. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, and we go down below here, and as you take the test, to make sure you take it in a time situation. Once ready, pencil in hand, click this button, and you're going to start timing this test right away. And we really recommend you take it in the exact timed amount, because that will give you more of a simulated experience of what test conditions really are when you're taking an SAT or ACT test. So we'll stop that here. And so what you've done is you're going to now come back once you've done your test and go ahead and submit your answers. You'll go through all 20 and go ahead and submit your answers. And so what happens in terms of giving you immediate feedback, let me show you an example. So let's take this one test question. Number 1, in the figure shown, what is the value of x plus y? And you'll look at the test question. Let's pick B, and now we're going to see what the result is.
This is question 1. If you didn't get this one right, don't worry about it. Let's take our time and do it together. In the figure above, and you can see the figure above right there, what is the value of x plus y? Okay, so let's go to the figure now, and we're noting here it says figure not drawn to scale. Okay, but when you see lines cross, you can assume that they are crossing. Okay, so we see a triangle up here, we see a triangle down here, we see vertical angles here. So this problem has something to do with triangles. Okay, so the first thing I would probably do is I'd start up here. I'd say this is 85 and this is 15, And I know that all of the angles of a triangle have to add up to 180. And I know that 85 and 15 together are 100, leaving 80 for this third angle right here. So I'm just going to squeeze an 80 in right there. Okay? Now, if you didn't know that all the angles of a triangle added up to 180, I just want to show you the formula block for the Math SAT. And right here it says the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180. Okay, so try to remember that. All of the angles of a triangle always add up to 180. Now, the next little lesson that we're going to talk about is vertical angles. Okay, so if you have vertical angles, they are equal. So this angle right here will equal this angle right here. Okay, so when I see this 80 here, I know that this angle here is also 80 because they're vertical. All right. And now I see vertical angles over here. So if this is y, then this one over here is also y. So I'm going to write a y in here. Now, I'm going to take a look at this triangle. And I know that all of these angles also have to add up to 180. And if this is 80 right here, x and y together have to be the other 100. Okay? So I'm going to quickly go down. I see answer choice D is 100. I'm going to pick D and move on.
So there it is. You have a quick answer to a problem that you missed. You notice there's two other videos here, so they're clips that give you more information about the principle you're being tested on. So let's go back to the homeroom. Once again, as you finished doing these test answers and clicking them in, you'll have both the answers to questions you missed as well as answers to questions that you got right. So if you want to review that, you have that option. Back to the homeroom. You'll see there are other sections. We were going through that exam. Now we have study hall. Even after you've taken the test, you can pick any item here and review it to get prepared for the test. So you have an opportunity to go to any one of these pieces and go here to the right and just click video.
This is a lesson on difference of perfect squares.
So you can see everything is available in the study hall without having to take the test. Wordsmith is a place where you can practice your vocabulary. So in an example here, I've taken various words and moved them into either a section where I don't know the word, a section where maybe I know the definition of the word, and a section where I'm very confident. Once I've done that, I can go over and create my own tests. So I go, before I take that test, maybe I want to review the words, I click review. I can go right here and click start review, and with each word, it accesses an example of a sentence it's used with and a part of the definition. So I can go from word to word and review the words that I've picked that I want to practice. So now that I've reviewed the definitions, feel comfortable with that, I can take the next step and create my own test. I go ahead and I hit start test, and right away I'm asked, okay, here is ambivalent, well spoken or expressed. I hit true. And then catalog, to list and categorize, I say true. Absorb, to suck in, or like a sponge, there we go. And on it goes through the test. So this is something where you can get a test immediately and you're ready to go. So that's a brief tour of what's available. As you progress, you're going to see your progress listed right here on your home page. Please go through the exam. And that would mean practice test 6 in this example. Go through all 9 sections first, and then go to, once again, review. Once you've done that, review your answers. And then when you reviewed your answers, then you'll go on to back to the exam room and take practice test 7. Now, practice test 7, we suggest that you do it all in one sitting. That's the way the SAT or ACT is conducted. And so for SAT, for example, you probably have to have 3.5 hours allocated. But then once you do that, enter your answers just like you did with practice test 6, and you'll have a comparison that will demonstrate to you your improvement. And that's how it works. Of course, there's more detail. Take some time and review the different sections. And we wish you luck on your SAT test. We think you'll knock them dead. This is Andre at Green College Tour, wishing you good luck on your upcoming tests.